But the buff guy.
Wait, are you guys confusing Need for Speed with Fast and Furious?
Yeah, that's definitely what's happening here.
Okay.
That's definitely what's happening here.
Wait, is that not the same thing?
What's
To be clear,
life. There's nothing we can add in life. It's just all downhill from here. Which is not downhill. It's cardio. Cardi.io. That only goes up. To the moon, baby. To the moon, keeps going. What's up, Mars? What's up, Venus? What's up, fake Pluto? Louis, let me know when you start recording, please.
Hold on. Do you not believe that Pluto's a planet?
I mean, it is not a planet. It's not a belief system.
It's 100% a planet. Those people who believe that Pluto is not a planet are the worst types of people.
So, like, what would be your test for a planet then?
If they told me it was a planet when I was in elementary school. There's 9 planets.
No knowledge is allowed to be gained since you were 4 years old.
No.
Have you been on this podcast for the past 3 years?
Intro, let's go.
Whoa. Welcome to the most uneducated TCG podcast. I am, of course, joined by the man who I thought was in the library, but is not. Josh!
These are so much better than books.
I thought
They're
you
my
were
friends.
I think you messed up my whole intro. And I am, of course, joined by the man who thought Star Wars was going to be a top 4 TCG, and calling for its failure was totally obvious. Louis DeGeorge.
I said it had the potential. And we are joined by a man who could not be further away from his computer or look shorter. George!
So
I'm in a
tight.
warehouse. I'm in a warehouse. I'm sweating. This is miserable.
Yeah.
I brought my mic this time so people stop whining.
Yeah,
at me.
nobody cares what you look like. Everyone's
Did you
except for
travel
you.
with your mic?
I did today.
This is
I
big.
think he's at. Are you not home?
No.
I don't know where you are. I can't keep
He's
up
in a
with you.
he's in a warehouse, and
We
as much as
literally
he
talked
looks
about this
like a
for
gremlin,
15 minutes before we
he doesn't
filmed.
live in one.
I don't pay any attention when you and I talk. You know that,
I
right?
love that we
I
talk for
literally-
I love to talk for 10 hours a week and you retain none of it.
I literally was sending you tweets while I was on the phone with you.
I will say I did notice this.
Our relationship is one thing. Twitter, sending each other X's. All right, everybody, welcome to the podcast.
I will say, when I got the Twitter feed, when I was like on the phone, he was like, "That's strange."
Yeah, I'm addicted. It's
Do you
your
think
fault.
maybe it
It's
just
your-
didn't send?
it's
Maybe
his-
it just didn't send.
It's his fault I'm addicted to Twitter again because I deleted Twitter and then he kept sending me tweets and I had to
I think that's
download the
fair.
app. Dude, they're genius. Making you download the app to view the tweet is like the most genius thing.
That's like the most basic level of application interaction.
Welcome to the TCG podcast, everybody. You go buy stuff at gamegrove.gg.
Gamergrove.gg. Nice try,
Elon
though.
Musk is a genius, apparently.
You can pre-order your Duskmourn there. Use the discount code GamerGrove when you're doing that.
The disc code.
We're gonna talk about Duskmourn today.
Yeah,
we're gonna
That's
talk
where
about
you can pre-order it.
at gamegrove.gg. We're gonna talk about Bloomborough a little bit as well. We're gonna do wild speculation, the thing that you come here for this podcast about. This is our
the
best
thing we're most known for, I would say.
the thing that we are best at. We're gonna get banned from Magic the Gathering as we wildly speculate on everything.
You know what's surprising is that's the one we've tried to get banned from the hardest.
They don't even know we
No
exist.
response.
They don't
Yeah, I
even
know.
we
That's the
exist.
best.
That's the best
God,
part.
it's
That's
great.
the benefit.
It's
They don't
great.
care if 2,000 views like you or hate you.
We don't care. They don't care what we say about Mark Rosewater's aunt because they don't know we know about her. You know.
Oh, they know. Oh, they know.
We're going to talk about the Spotlight series, a
Love
huge
it.
new multi-billion-dollar awards. It's not
Trillion.
$1 awards for Magic the Gathering.
See, we're just throwing out numbers now.
Speaking of throwing out numbers, we're going to talk about the Sorcery beta restock. We'll probably speculate on the print run of the beta restock. I'm sure. A lot of speculation today. We're going to talk about the Wanker. George told me this was an inappropriate title. He was very
I think it's a
vehemently.
little on the nose. I think it's a little on the nose.
Vehemently.
Vehemently, is that the right word? I was trying to use a big word to impress the audience.
Nailed it.
As I explained that we're using the Wanker as the we're going to talk about the Pokemon guy who got banned for being the Wanker.
An illicit gesture.
Uh,
Dude, am I going to get banned from this podcast?
I might get banned. Apparently their Twitch got banned. Anyway, we'll talk about and we'll talk about the 1 year anniversary of Lorcana. Does anybody still care? Does anybody still care about Lorcana a year
It's not,
later.
it has no particularly a top 4 TCG like Star Wars does. That's for sure, right, Louis?
And then George still hasn't come up with a Shropshire sauce. He had one
Incorrect.
job. Shout out to Donald, who did his other job of coming up with the Lorcana topic.
This
And
podcast would be such a train wreck without Donald. It's amazing.
Donald is the best person on this podcast.
Donald
He's
is a new sponsor. Sorry, Cardio.
He's only been on once. All right.
I just took the time to look at George. What is going on here? Why is there infinitely more space above your head than anything else?
He still has one of those stupid computers that has the camera on the bottom. What were they thinking when they designed those computers?
Bought a new computer.
But I didn't bring it with me to the trip though.
It's just you bought it for show?
No, it's plugged into the thing, the monitor.
Buddy, it's a laptop. You can bring it with you. It's okay.
Oh my god!
Can I be honest? Without you guys, I would not bring my laptop at all. I'm only about the laptop for this podcast.
That's how you know.
That's
you're
more
important.
than I do when I travel for this podcast. For the record,
I noticed.
All right, everyone. Let's talk about Duskmourn. There's been some information. I actually think it's going to be weird. It's going to be weird. I think I want to start talking about Duskmourn by talking about Bloomburrow. Some details on Bloomburrow coming out this week. Distro is out of Commander decks, like out. All 3 distros that I have access to, out of Commander decks. Josh, when do you think they're going to restock Commander decks? Take a wild guess.
Do you want me to tell you what you told me?
Did I talk to you already?
Holy cow!
You listen to nobody. It was
Even
while
yourself?
I was there with you and him. It was 5 minutes ago.
I remember telling George. I don't remember talking to him about you. Did we do that in the intro of this?
No, it was before you started filming.
Right,
it was
take it.
5 minutes ago.
Let me have my moment in the sun. Is it around Christmas?
Yeah, my rep told me that they're not anticipating a reprint, a
Do you smell
restock
toast?
until Christmas.
George, you see this? You see this brain that I got on me? I'm just able to figure these things out. It's crazy.
Till December. Until December.
That is the least interesting thing that's happened so far on this podcast. We talked about this 7 minutes ago.
What do you want from me? I spent my entire day with 2 kids. And not my brain can't handle any more anything. It's just mush up here. It's just complete mush up there. That's what it is. Like, what do you want from me?
I think maybe a 7-minute memory isn't too much to ask of you, if I'm being honest.
Actually, isn't that the goldfish? Is it 7 minutes or 7
I
seconds?
think so.
Seven
I think
seconds.
Oh,
I think that's the goldfish.
Why don't I still have Bitfish in the background? Do you guys remember that?
I missed the bitfish. That was my favorite thing you've done. I'll be honest. That was by far my favorite thing you've done.
No, my favorite thing was the wall of pinned up playmats.
No, I love those bitfish way more. Those bitfish
wall
were
of pinned up playmats was goated.
The pandemic was just
such a wild
little
time.
wild.
I love that you saw playmats and you're like, you know what, this would make good
Collectible.
make good wall tiles.
I have learned my lesson on both of those things.
You did not. You still buy collectible playmats. It's just from a different game now.
No, I have some, but not nearly. I don't collect them.
They haven't made as many. It's not like you haven't bought as many. They don't have as many to buy.
You know who does have playmats?
Oh, no way.
I bought this so long ago. It took so long to get in stock. I forgot I bought it.
I have 2 Star Wars playmats
I
personally.
forgot. It took so long to be in stock. I forgot I bought it, and it showed up at my door. I'm like,
top 4
what?
TCG guy.
What is this?
Anyway,
Playmat though.
so Bloomburrow collector boxes, they also rose the price at distro and are limiting them.
Sure.
This is going to be a nuts set. The demand is insane, and there's just not the boxes. So that leads into Duskmourn. And do you guys feel like Magic has figured out the print runs?
I mean, they're going to hit and miss, right? The Bloomburrow's clearly a hit. There's some information about Duskmourn that I think we're going to get into that I don't know if I'm as excited about, but they're definitely doing better than they were, let's say, 2 years ago.
Yeah. I just feel like they've like Bloomburrow came out. It was expensive on pre-release, or relatively expensive on pre-release. It dropped down to like a not that expensive, like not a sticker shock price line of like $215, $220 a box. and like now it's going to go back up. I just feel like it's like the perfect supply for the demand. I just feel like they've just been nailing it.
Yeah, collector boxes have done a 180 since we, or at least since I joined this podcast. We were talking about them when collector boxes were on sale for $110.
Magic the Gathering. Is that what you're
I
trying
think
to
it's
say,
the
John?
podcast.
I think it's our podcast. I think Mark Rosewater's aunt, clearly a fan.
Yeah.
Likes the name dropping, likes being involved. Good job, Louis. That you get all. You know what? All the Mark Rosewater's aunt comments. You get
That
credit.
joke has gotten so far from the original intention. I
So
don't even remember what we originally.
I don't either.
The
but
comment section is going to be
boy.
like, "Why I hate when you guys talk about inside jokes and we don't even know the inside joke."
No. I just know that we talk about Mark Rosewater's aunt when Magic does anything bad because it's all her fault.
That's true.
So I was worried about the Nightmare bundle on this set. So my gold wizards, the people who order product for me, all really asked for a ton of Nightmare bundles.
Gold wizards.
And I was a little bit worried that we weren't going to be able to get it. And then I saw this thing from MVB Sports and more. The Nightmare bundle has over 200% the allocation versus the Phyrexia complete bundle and 150% more than Lost Cavern of Ixalan's gift bundle. It's wild. Like, that's a lot of product.
That's a lot of product, but like when Lost Caverns of Ixalan hit, remember Magic was it was on the rise. It was coming back up. Things were going well. And Phyrexia All-Will-Be-One hit, and people were still skeptical. They weren't really liking the product. I'll be interested to see if these come out and the demand, because Magic has been doing so well, increases. I don't think it'll follow the exact same trend. I think the complete bundle is going to be worth more, obviously. But I don't think 200% is as absurd as the number jumps off the page to you. Does that make sense?
So the Nightmare bundle has over 200% the allocation. That is essentially the same thing as saying 2x, correct?
Yeah, they doubled that's what I'm thinking.
Well, I was trying to do the math. If they said has 100% more than the allocation, it would be the same thing. The wording of that though has 200% of the allocation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could easily have 2x the complete bundles and they'd still be super expensive.
And they might not, maybe they're not $120, $140 bundles, but that's totally fine.
It goes back to what we always say is like, do people like the contents? Like, is there cards that people want to pull? Do they like the treatments? Like, everybody loves the oil slick lands. We don't know what's inside of these, but I can tell you that the excitement from people who are ordering from me is all wrapped into these Nightmare bundles. Like, I mean, people are ordering collector boxes, people are ordering play boosters who are cracking for singles and stuff, but the average consumer, everybody wants one of the Nightmare bundles.
The Nightmare bundle, the bundle being a good product is a win, right?
What's the Nightmare bundle? For those that don't know, I have to do.
We know that there's 2 collector packs in it, which is
2 collector packs.
More than that's one more than the gift bundles usually have.
Would you say that's 200% of the allocation of collector packs?
I want to say there's only 6 play boosters in it. Don't quote me on that. But there is a separate pack that has 3 different cards in it that are a special treatment and a special like promo type thing, kind of like they did with the complete bundle, and they had a pack that had the oil slick planeswalker things.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
So it's six play boosters, 2 collector boosters, like you said, 20 full art or foil full art manor lands. A borderless promo card that's 1 of 3. 3 double-sided movie posters, a glow-in-the-dark spin-down counter, a storage box, and 2 reference cards.
I'm sorry, did you say glow-in-the-dark?
I did.
Louis is going to put those next to his nightfall boxes.
How many?
Louis doing the nightfall and glow-in-the-dark dice room.
Someone's going to find my nightfall boxes. Josh, can I have those back, please?
God, it all went so wrong so fast.
Interesting with the with Duskmourn, they are continuing to do the 0 allocations on play boosters, which doesn't surprise me. It's like open order. You get whatever you ask for, but they didn't say anything about collector boxes, which is super interesting.
So I think it's worth mentioning play boosters. We talked a lot about the collector booster and the stable price. You keep just kind of glossing over play boosters.
That's true. I've noticed that.
It was on none of our radar that play boosters would be this stable, aside from Karlov Manor.
Oh, you mean from Bloomberg and OTJ?
OTJ, Modern Horizons 3, like
Mhm.
the play boosters are constantly stable. They're not coming out and crashing, which George and I have talked about it before, and George is championing this, since we started talking Magic. Good sets are good. They just sell. The
Yep.
money is in good sets, and Magic's produced good sets with play boosters. The one that's a bad set, in the tank.
Magic is such a strange game because it's a player dominated market, but there's enough collectors to keep the rest afloat.
I bet you guys can't guess who the lowest listed price for play boosters is on TCG Player. Josh, don't look. We can see you looking at the screen.
Yeah.
Is it you?
I've got it pulled up here.
Is it us?
For which one?
For play boosters.
For which set? We just named like 6
Bloomberg.
Oh, I don't
It's
care.
MVP in sports and more.
I have Karlov Banner play boosters pulled up here.
It's unofficial sponsor of the podcast, MVP Sports and Games.
The GOATs.
Yeah,
What do they
140
just,
on
like,
these.
leave it in sponsor the podcast?
140 on TCG Player on these is like that's wild. That's really good.
Yeah.
And the volume sells. I mean,
Oh yeah,
it's a ton.
Florida.
This late in the release. And there's no commander
Red
cards.
boosters are crazy. There's I think you can get the commanders. So we talked about this, and I looked it up. The 4 commanders from the commander decks. I think there's a chance you can get those in the play
Yeah, I think
booster,
so too.
but not the commander cards.
George has no
Right.
clue. It would depend on if those
Wait, how dare
commanders-
you?
It would depend if those commanders are in the commander set.
No,
Or-
there's they're in the commander set, but I think you can get those specific cards in the play booster. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think you can get those.
That
If
seems
you,
weird.
I looked at the collector center or
Mhm.
whatever, like the good version of Collector's Week or whatever it is.
So do you think that they are stable because stores know not to over order and they can, they know exactly
This is
how
the way
they're
it
gonna
should
get?
be. Like
Look
this
at
is
the
the way it
sell
should be.
through rate.
So you're agreeing with what I'm saying.
Yeah, like I think like this is the way it should be. Like storage should be able to order play boosters for years.
Yeah.
Like this is the way it was before COVID. This is the way it should be.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Your most recent standard set, there's absolutely no reason this thing should be at $80, shout out Karlov Manor, or off the shelves, right?
Is Carla Manor that cheap?
I think it's like 95 now. So
Florida.
very exciting stuff.
Rudy did a video on Carla Manor suggesting that there was not that many boxes. Maybe it was the collector boxes
I think he was talking collector boxes.
before it goes up. There is some like some not really expensive, but there's some expensive cards in Carla Manor that are starting to get a little pricey.
Like Karlov Manor,
The lands.
the lands and the uncommon slot in Karlov Manor is insane, which is probably why the value is so crappy. But like, there's just really good cards in that set.
Really good on commons.
People are just mad that they have detective hats on.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
Carla Manor back to like 165 right now.
Cowboy hats on, totally.
Wait, 165?
hmm
Ugh.
Yeah, I mean it's still a loss.
It was, yeah,
It's
but
still a loss. It was at
it was
135.
significantly lower.
Oh.
Yeah, 125, 135 ish. So
Ugh. Ugh.
listen, this is a rally, baby. This is a rally.
Bloomberg is going to be hard to beat this year. I'm going to be. Did you call Bloomberg, Josh? Is that the set
No.
that you said? What did
No,
you
we
say?
all thought Bloomberg was going to be good, so we all kind of took. I think you just took Duskmourn because you really thought Duskmourn. I took the Dark Horse. Remember, I took Outlaws of Thunder Junction,
Oh, nice.
and that went better than I thought it was going to. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like Bloomberg is going to be hard to beat.
Let me
People love furries.
let me fix that for you. There's not going to be a better selling set than Bloomberg.
Standard set.
Not this year. No.
No way it's outsold MH3. No
It
chance.
hasn't, but it's
It
much.
will not.
It, it hasn't, but it's much closer than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it won't outsell MH3.
No,
Whenever we say that, people always say, "You guys didn't think MH3?" We were talking when we did that. We were
Standard
talking
set.
about standard sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's very
MH3,
interesting.
we threw it out. We kind of threw that out.
The thing with Duskmourn is like it's so close to Bloomberg, the release day. We're like a month away from. We know nothing. We have like 15 cards are spoiled. We really like know absolutely nothing. The thing I'm really excited about though is the commander decks bringing back arch enemy.
Archenemy's gonna be sweet.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's a really
Love that.
cool. I think that's a really
It's a
cool
great
win.
mechanic.
It's a whole different way to play, George.
Yup.
You know
It
what's
has unique
ironic
mechanics.
is based on George's takes on this podcast. If he knew what Archenemy was, he'd actually be a pretty big fan.
Yeah, he would. Did you see the 6 mana all black pips Doomsday Excruciator?
No, I
Josh?
didn't. Oh no.
6 black pip mana. All like crazy. Flying at the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card. When Doomsday Excruciator enters, if it was cast, each player exiles all but the bottom 6 cards of their library face down.
That's a commander middle finger
Okay, I'll
card.
ask you guys this question. We all know that the rumors that Tate's going to release Reputation Taylor's version soon, which is her 6th album.
Who?
Do you think this is the time there's going to be a collab?
I don't. What does that have to do with anything?
6/6, her 6th album. That's what we're waiting for.
She's
You
the
guys are
devil.
not good at Easter eggs. I'm saying this could be the sign that we've been waiting for, that there's a collab.
I still think it's really weird that you're like over 40 and you care about Taylor Swift.
Never mind, barely over 40.
Never
lot.
mind a male that cares about Taylor Swift.
A lot.
It tastes great.
I know, man.
If we were to look up public record, would we find a certain restraining order for a certain person against a certain famous pop star?
I got my tickets in the mail.
I'm
got my
not
tickets in my
saying it's
got my
you,
tickets in my
I'm just-
email. I'm going to 5 of her concerts next month.
I'm just asking.
Josh,
is that
have you
maybe
ever played
something
Arch
you can
Enemy?
look into? I have.
I have not.
Oh,
You should,
wait,
it's
really?
fun.
I have not.
That is not the answer I thought. You're going to be like, in West Virginia, we have a great Arch Enemy crew that meets
This
every.
is just regular Plane Chase. I love Plane Chase. I have the old Arch Enemy. I got one of these. This is Plane Chase. It's the same thing with Arch Enemy, but I got a couple of those in the collection. I can't bring myself to crack open sealed 10-year-old, 15-year-old Magic product just to try it, but I do want
No,
to.
but you could buy a Plane Chase deck or an Arch Enemy.
Yeah, actually,
You can buy an Arch Enemy stack somewhere.
I think that's what this is. Yeah, that's what these are. I need to play it. I wish we lived.
Yeah,
close.
okay. Wait a minute.
I have a whole stack of yeah.
You know what I haven't done, which I should, as I haven't played Plane Chase with people who weren't new to Magic, and adding an additional mechanic to Commander with people who are new to Magic. Not the move.
No.
Not the move.
Plane Chase though is a blast. Like I think Plane Chase is one of the most fun ways to play Magic.
I've never done it with a veteran pod, so I think I'd agree with you, but I'd need to like play it with Magic players.
It's just like random. Like the game just turns randomly so fast and so far.
Right.
You're like, get us off this plane. And you're like rolling the dice. You're spending all your mana to. I did the thing that the Pokemon guy did.
Nah, you're banned. Great. Great.
Anyway, Duskmourn, I think it looks good. I'm still skeptical that Magic thinks it sucks because of all the promotions they're doing and all the stuff they're giving stores. We will sell more Duskmourn boxes than ever any other set though, because you get a free collector box or a free collector pack.
No takesies backsies. GameGrove.gg.
That's going to be
Collector
like,
box for
that
every
is
purchase.
such a huge buy box promo. That is
It is.
such a massive buy box promo.
Imagine you're the first person to get the buy a box promo that's just the promo. Like you run out of collector packs.
Yeah.
It's rough.
I told my store, I said, if you pre-order, that's how you get this. The people who pre-order are going to be the ones that get it. It's local only, everybody, just so you know. But anyway. All right, let's move on to wild speculation. So I think it was this week this got revealed. It's definitely this week that I saw it. But they basically gave us what the sets are. So we had some code names and stuff. Guys, this is in the Discord if you want to look around. So we have Foundations is the next set after Duskmourn. Then we have Innistrad Remastered happening in January. And then the next standard set is a multi-planar race, which I thought was going to be Mad Max style, but everybody keeps telling me that apparently they talked about it and it's going to be like Need for Speed.
Where I put my glasses? Right there.
Wild. That
And then after that is Return to Tarkir. I think these all have different names. That's why they're in parentheses. But we're returning to Tarkir, and then Space Opera, and then Return to Lorwyn, my favorite plane on Magic. Then Final Fantasy, George.
Yes.
Then Marvel, and then Return to
We don't
Arkham.
have a date for those though. It's not in order.
Return to Arcavos. Josh,
That's
do you
not
know
in
what
order.
Arcavos is?
It's from Strixhaven.
That's Strixhaven, right?
That one I do remember talking to you guys.
Wait, they don't have the dates for Final Fantasy or Marvel.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's I think that Marvel will be the July set, and Final Fantasy will be like the Assassin's Creed set.
I got a hot take when we get there.
Oh, I can't wait. What is it? Go.
It's not that interesting. I just think they flipped it, and it's going to screw it all up. They're going to make
Yes,
Final Fantasy the
love
main
that.
set. They're going to make Final Fantasy the main set, and Marvel's going to be the aftermath Assassin's Creed crappy set.
No
And
way.
It's not going to go. That's what I think.
There's no shot they don't do
Wait.
Marvel Commander decks, and they said it's
Wait,
a
wait.
flagship. They said it's a tentpole set. Isn't that
I
where we
thought
got
they
the
said-
tentpole from?
Yeah,
I thought they said
that's
Final
what they
Fantasy was a temple set.
Yeah, that's what I thought they said. And they also thought they said Lord of the Rings and Final Fantasy were tentpole.
That's what I
releases.
thought so too.
Massive.
I'm
Come
pretty
on,
sure Marvel.
Louis, you should know your Magic better than this.
I'm
This
pretty
is
sure you're
embarrassing
both
for you.
wrong about this.
Okay.
No,
that we very
I'm
well could be.
99% sure I'm right.
I'm not.
I'm gonna risk it, and I'm gonna search Magic the Gathering tentpole.
Oh, you're gonna find my OnlyFans live.
See what happens.
Please don't.
Define temple as the now.
Wait, are you
Blizzard
Googling this?
First press release confirms multiple Marvel tentpole sets will be released. You both suck.
You could say Final Fantasy. I'm not saying Marvel won't be a tentpole. I'm saying Final Fantasy will be a tentpole.
Did they consider Assassin's Creed to be a tentpole?
No, I don't think so.
Do you think that because it just went so poorly?
Anyway, so multi-planar race.
You're not going to Google that?
Let's wildly speculate. Multi-planar race. I've heard it's Need for Speed. Do you think they're stupid enough to do a Need for Speed
No,
magically?
They're not dumb enough to do a Need for Speed.
Josh, you can take the opposite of that. I'm not touching that.
I don't want them to. I think it would do really
No
bad.
No
I
chance.
really hope they
No
don't.
chance.
I totally
No
see.
way.
I could totally see a Mad Max set like that. Makes
I could too.
That would be hype.
if you're gonna do Outlaws at Thunder Junction Wild West set, you can certainly do Mad Max and everything's vehicles and your crewing stuff and like. But I can't imagine that it's like
Who like the not the Rock? What's the guy that's in Need for Speed?
didn't he die?
I think one of them did. Rest in peace. But the
Isn't
buff
it-
guy.
Wait, are you guys confusing Need for Speed with Fast and Furious?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
maybe.
definitely what's happening here.
Okay.
That's
Not the same
definitely
thing.
what's happening here.
Wait, is
What's
that not the same thing?
What's
To
Need
be
for
clear,
Speed?
Need for Speed is the video game?
you are an arcade person. What is happening right now?
Well, now I'm worried that I'm mistaken and that the person who told me that it was Need for Speed told me that it was Fast and the Furious.
There's no chance it's
This
Fast
is
and
the
Furious.
best. This
There's
is
no
the
chance
best
that
segment we've
this
ever
is-
had.
There's no
This is not
chance
even
that this is
speculation.
Fast and Furious 14.
Can
This is
you
not even
tell me what the
speculation.
difference between
This
Fast
is
and
just word
Furious-
association.
Can you tell me what the difference is between Fast and the Furious and Need for Speed?
One's a video game. One has Vin Diesel and family.
Vin
Diesel.
Diesel, that's who it is.
That's what we were thinking of.
There you
Dude.
go.
Ben Diesel, have you seen all the?
And now The
pictures?
Rock, by the way, Dwayne Johnson, shout out.
I love that
Jason
everybody makes
Statham.
fun of Ben Diesel for getting fat, and I'm just like, that's what I look like.
Is he fat?
Wait, no, he still looks better than I look.
Oh,
though.
yeah, he
Wait,
still
really?
looks great.
Like that's
Still looks great, but he's definitely got the dad bod. He's but listen,
Oh, it happens.
yeah,
It
no,
will
I
happen to
know.
all of you
I
young
know
whippersnappers.
I know that happens. Donald called
You're
me
fat
fat.
because of Kit Kats. He's fat because he's old. You're not built the same.
Donald called me fat on stream this week.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Why?
I got on stream and I went live and I was recording a video for another video and I read the comment section and it was Donald saying, "You look huge." I said, Donald called me fat.
I think he meant muscles. Donald's
I
a
do not
positive
think
guy.
muscles.
That's what he claims. But
He's a positive guy. Donald's positive. Shout out to
all
him.
right, so
He was probably
multi-planar,
drinking those spicy margs.
probably multi-planar race is either Need for Speed. You're saying it's not. There's no shot it's Need for Speed, Josh.
I'm thinking Fast and Furious.
I'm afraid it is.
Fast and
No,
Furious.
it's absolutely not Fast and Furious.
What if they did a Fast and the Furious secret layer?
Now, if they do Need for Speed, you can tell me that the universes within is Fast and Furious, and that would be, I don't even know how I'd
Is
feel
there a lot
about
of
that.
demand for that, you think?
No, no.
Is
Not
there
at
a lot
all.
of demand for the
I can't
what's the
imagine
YouTube
this.
girl that they did a magic
Yes,
set with?
I believe there's far more crossover in those two audiences than the Fast and the Furious and Magic the Gathering fans.
I really hope this is Mad Max. I hope the person who talked
That'd
to me
be
is
awesome.
wrong.
That would be awesome. I'd be
If it's
super
not,
pro
I'm
that.
concerned.
I'd
Okay.
be super pro Fast and Furious.
Then Return to Tarkir.
What?
Josh,
That was for you.
Return to Tarkir is your
That's Tomagoyf's thing, right?
that's Josh's prime magic playing, wasn't it, Josh? Tarkir?
No.
No? What was your
Mirrodin,
prime?
Mirrodin Kamigawa.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought I remember you-
Ravnica, original
Didn't
Ravnica block.
Didn't you always talk about Siege Rhino? Wasn't that Tarkir?
No, you pushed the Siege Rhino narrative when it came to Arena. I said it's a very fun card.
You said that was your favorite card.
That has
That's
never
right.
come out of my mouth.
I'm pretty
That
sure.
does
you-
not sound
what's
like
your
Gifts
favorite card?
Ungiven. Gifts Ungiven.
Mine's Carnival Barker.
I know. I have a signed one from your hero.
Nice.
So-
Mine's whatever card is in the multiplanar race. It's the car. I like the speedy car.
Mine's the
Are
Rock.
you gonna collect the serialized Dom's Charger?
I'm gonna collect the Teslas. All right, so Return to Tarkir. What's that going to be? I don't know. I didn't play in Tarkir. I wasn't around back then.
I mean, like, it's probably going to be another draftable, fun set that has a lot of callbacks. Is this going to be? That's not the remastered set. 'Cause we have Innistrad, right?
Yeah, Innistrad's the remastered set for the year.
Yeah, there's a lot of returning.
That's what I said. I said three.
There's a lot of returning in 2025.
I think
Tarkir
it's good, don't you?
No, I don't.
Here's what this
No.
tells me. They know their market is a bunch of old dudes now. 18 and 19-year-olds are playing video games because they have brains. Us old fogies are sitting back and playing Magic until we're dead.
I saw a thing today that said it was a list of unattractive traits from that females.
I saw this.
And playing video games was like the top of the list by a significant amount. On
I
this
really
list,
dig
mind
that.
you, was like gambling. That's the only one I remember. I assume drug use was on
I was
there.
about to say excessive drug use.
Yeah. It was interesting.
Drinking makes you really ugly for sure.
I actually didn't believe it. I was like, I don't know.
I find it really hard to believe because it was like 90% find it unattractive, and like
I was like, I don't know very
a
many
lot of dudes play
guys
video
who
games.
don't play video games.
A lot of people play video games. A lot of women play video games now.
I don't
It's like
play
normal now.
Now, this is where stats like that get skewed. My wife has a cell phone game that she plays, like a Bejeweled Blitz style thing, and she would be classified as a video gamer, even though she just plays a couple times a week or whatever on her little cell phone. I wouldn't consider that a video gamer,
No,
but she
but
now
wait,
gets she gets
Is her cell phone smaller than everybody else's cell phones?
it's smaller than my cell phone.
Plays it on her little cell phone.
Yeah, she got a little cell phone. I have a bigger cell phone. I don't know what you want from me. Is that
I
offensive
cannot
to you?
handle a small cell phone. I have to have the biggest version of whatever phone I get.
Yeah, me too.
I just like the screen or the screen width. I like the real estate.
Yeah, I like watching the Netflix.
Oh, you watch
You watch
movies
Netflix on your phone.
When I'm falling,
Really?
we don't have a TV in our bedroom. My wife refuses to let us have a TV in the bedroom.
That's just a good move.
bedroom.
That's
What?
a good move. Don't put a TV in your
TV in
bedroom.
my bedroom. Should I get a TV in my bedroom?
No, don't
Yes.
put a TV in your bedroom.
I would love to have a TV in my bedroom.
Don't.
I
put
would
a TV
love
in
to
your
have a TV on the ceiling. So
You
I
guys
can
are
lay there.
You guys are adults. If you want to watch
Don't
TV,
take away
go
the
to the
mirror.
living room. Get out of bed and go to the living room and watch TV. You're adults. No one's gonna come downstairs and be like, "Hey, get back to bed." Like, no, go watch
So good,
TV.
George. Josh, you just completely overshadowed George's funny comment.
I didn't hear what he said.
I know, and that's sad.
I'm irritated by you.
You're gonna have to go back and watch it. It was that funny.
Welcome to May the Zoo be with you. It'll be our third view of the week.
All right, so Return to
First two,
Tarkir.
Louis.
Here's the speculation: yes or no? Do they reprint fetch lands in Return to Tarkir? They said they would never bring fetch lands to standard again. They also said they wouldn't reprint the reserve list, and then they did Magic. I was just joking. I want to go there.
They will reprint fetches in it.
Nope. Nope. You're wrong.
Wait, did they say they would never do that again? In
They said they would
standard?
never do it. Here's where they would do it. I'm going to take the
Why?
middle.
That's stupid.
I'm playing Switzerland. Ready? Special guest fetch lands.
Would that count?
That'd be a cool special guest slot
Yeah,
for
only be
Tarkir. Yeah.
yeah. It would only be usable.
What is it? Is it the enemy fetch lands in Tarkir? I can't remember,
I don't know the difference.
but it would only be that run. That would be cool. That'd be cool. But maybe. I like that. I like that take. I don't hate it.
All right, my favorite set of the year for 2025 is already going to be the space opera one.
No, there's only one right answer. There's only one right answer this year for the favorite set. Only one.
Which is what?
Final
Final Fantasy?
Final Fantasy. Everything else is Garbo.
I
Space
put some of the space opera concept art in our Discord. It looks so freaking cool.
Mhm.
This set's gonna be super cool.
It's a space opera.
It's gonna be super cool.
That's the
I don't
standard
care
of
about the
year.
Universes Beyond stuff. Like, it does nothing to me. Universes Beyond will be way better selling. It'll be
Say it.
amazing.
Hold on, but say it. Say it.
It'll make me money. I don't have that big of a problem with it anymore.
Say it.
What do I have to say? I don't know.
I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it now. But the space opera is going to be so freaking cool.
It's gonna be sweet.
And
You know what's? Oh, good.
special guest in space opera? What do you think it's going to be?
Are you gonna say Spaceballs?
Oh, that's better.
Oh,
that is so,
Spaceballs. 'Cause
that is so good.
that's what that would have been. That's the move, I think.
They could do Spaceballs, the Magic the Gathering cards.
And then there's a secret layer that releases around the same time.
I was going to say Star Wars, but now I just want Spaceballs.
No, they can't do Star Wars. There's an existing TCG that's currently crushing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it won't be there in 2025.
They have 9 sets ready to go, Louis.
You know what we're gonna figure out this year? 2024 went really well, but it's not. It's been all like this universes within thematic design with Karlov Manor, Outlaws of Thunder Junction, Bloomborough being instead of like on a magic plane telling a magic story, it's been a la film noir and Wild Wild West and Redwood or whatever Bloomborough's called. This seems more like a traditional magic lineup than that for 2025. It seems more like we're back on.
You think space opera seems more traditional Magic the Gathering lineup?
That's one of the themes. But I mean, look, we got Return to Tarkir, Return to Lorwyn, Return to Strixhaven,
Return to Need for Speed.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's a pretty wild statement, Josh.
I just outlined 3 standard sets that are. We've had none this year. That are. I mean, we were on technically planes, but they were all about the theme. We've had no this is a Ravnica set. This is a Lorwyn set. We're getting that 3 times in 2025. I don't think that's that wild.
Other than remastered sets, we didn't have any of that.
Yeah, and this year's going to have a remastered set too.
Yeah, the other thing that's weird about this, we have no other than Innistrad remastered, there's no real master sets in 2025. Like we had Commander Masters this year. Was that this year? No, that was
last year, buddy. We had no masters.
We had Modern Horizons, which is like a masters level set.
A master set's all reprints.
I feel like Modern Horizons is in that realm now. The power level, the price point.
Well, it's a premium. It's a powerful set. It's
I mean, like
it's not a master set.
So I guess the premium product for this is the Marvel set. Like,
Marvel and Final Fantasy and Innistrad Remastered will be your premium products here.
Yeah, interesting. Final Fantasy is going to be. I'm guessing Marvel is going to be actually Q2, and Final Fantasy is going to be the winter set.
I could believe that.
Yeah,
I think Marvel's going to be the best selling set. I think Marvel's going to outsell Final Fantasy. Well, George is all in on Final Fantasy. Well, we'll find out.
Have you seen how big?
We'll find out.
Have you seen how big these games get in the Asian markets? I mean, it's like they just go crazy.
That's fair. I don't understand. I've been told several times that that's a market I just don't understand.
This game is massive in Japan.
Massive in Japan. Massive.
They're even printing Japanese cards.
Boom. Nailed it.
Is it going to be some number of the boxes?
Yeah.
That's meaningful. Let's do it. I'm in.
Yeah. All right, Space Opera, Return to Lorwyn, my favorite plane, my favorite sets, love it. I can't wait to play Elf Tribal Elf Kindred. Everybody, my bad.
That was typo.
Whatever it is, I don't know. They change it every week.
We can't keep up with this.
I'm gonna keep calling it Tribal until somebody tells me that they're mad at me, and then
I'm mad at you.
I'm mad at you.
I apologize to both of you.
I take the apology.
I can't wait to play multiple elves at the same time in a deck.
God, is it an elves thing?
Yeah, Lorwyn.
Oh God! Oh, you're gonna be insufferable during that set.
I'm gonna be. I'm
God! I'm gonna hear about your stupid elf deck every day.
My poor store is gonna hate that limited environment for some reason.
I care way less about your store than I do myself, and like that's gonna be really bad for me.
I'm like, we have to draft it every week because I have to keep playing elves. And then return to Strixhaven.
Hey, Strixhaven was maybe one of the more underrated sets
Strixhaven
in Magic. It was such a fun set.
Yeah. I don't know. Marvel's gonna be. George, I think you're wrong. Marvel's definitely gonna be bigger than Final Fantasy.
No way. Nope. No chance.
Wild.
Sorry, Spider-Man.
Hold on. You also don't think that Marvel is going to be their Assassin's Creed Aftermath set. So I reserve the right to change my opinion if it comes out that they do what I fear and Marvel is some kind of sub Aftermath set.
Final Fantasy is going to be. Final Fantasy will outsell Lord of the Rings. Mark it down. Mark it down. Mark it down.
Okay, so hold on. To be clear, do you mean by the sales metric where I track all the sold product?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
I'm assuming it's a 10-pull set.
I'm fine.
Assuming it's a 10-pull set.
Yes,
if it's not a 10-pull set.
If it's Aftermath, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
There's
Louis, I will be the arbiter here and collect the data. You want to jump on this bet? Because if you don't, I'm going to. What a claim. What are we talking about?
Not gonna be close. It'll be close.
I think that I'm gonna double it up. I'm gonna say Marvel will outsell Lord of the Rings.
There's a chance. There's a chance.
I'm gonna say you're wrong, and that a set within the same year is gonna do the thing that you claim Final Fantasy would do.
Nope. I don't know if Final Fantasy will sell more individual boxes on TCG Player than Fallout Commander did. Fallout Commander?
No, that's wild.
Final Fantasy.
Look at the number of Fallout Commander boxes that were sold.
Final Fantasy is huge.
Look at the number of.
It's also huge with like the right generation, the best generation, my generation.
All right, did you get your back Raising Cane to say that, or
I love Raising Cane's. Raising Cane's is so good. Why would you say that, Josh? Why would you say that? You know I'm on this stupid diet. You're like Raising Cane's. You're the worst.
George has lost 40 pounds. Everybody.
Yeah, I'm drinking black coffee, so
and I'm miserable. Don't lose weight. It's not worth it.
He's withering away. It's all right, George. You lost the weight. I found it.
But you are happy and I am miserable. That's the problem.
I'm only happy because I have two big cats running through my veins right now.
Bingo. That's how you get happy. What I have running through me? Fucking blueberries and salad.
Hey, blueberries are really good. I love blueberries.
No, they're not. You know what's really good? Pizza. You know what's really good? Wings. Those are really good.
Really good. I had wings for lunch today.
Blueberries are fine.
All
That's what you eat when you gotta lose weight.
Let's move on. There is a new.
I want pizza.
There is a new series of Magic the Gathering events with increased price pools. The Magic the Gathering Spotlight series. We're not going to talk about this a whole lot, but I thought it was interesting. 50. There's 50,000. This is just in the United States. There's also a couple that aren't in the United States. There's 2 in Europe and 1 in Japan. But we're talking about the America ones.
Freedom!
I was waiting for it.
$50,000 prize pool, and here's the thing that I'm a big fan of. This is not a pro tour. This is open. Really? It's an open play event with a $50,000 prize pool.
Oh, every other competitive game is cooked.
That is so crazy.
every other competitive game is cooked.
I love that it's open. That's massive.
Yeah. I'm trying to read about it. But what?
It's got a dirty text from somebody on this podcast.
What are you so excited?
I just sent a picture of my daughter absolutely housing a Costco hot dog. George, while he's starving.
I'm hungry all the time.
It's as big as her head, and she eats.
I do not remember the last time I felt full. Listen, I mean, what I think it shows is that, there's this investing theory that you shouldn't invest in anything that Amazon can just do because they're just going to do it and beat you.
Mm-hmm.
And that is Magic the Gathering. Anything Magic the Gathering wants, they can do, and they're going to win. This is where Lorcana was really smart. They got IP. In some ways, this is where Sorcery was really smart. They did the grid based.
Right.
Magic will not do a grid based game. They will not lean into IP the way that Goatkana does. If you have a competitive TCG and Magic wants to eat your lunch about to get eaten. That's the way the world works.
So we call this in my industry, we call it the stroke of the pen risk, right? Where at any moment, someone who's bigger than you
is that a Pokemon reference?
It is. It is.
Okay, good.
You like what I did there?
Yeah. The pen is mightier.
Than the wanker. At any moment, someone can just come and decide you don't have business anymore.
Yeah.
Right? This is what's going on. We actually saw this in TCGs. Magic the Gathering dropped the Pro Tour, and other games were like, hey, we're going to pick up competitive play. And then a year and a half later, Magic's like, hey, that Pro Tour thing, we're going to bring that back. And all of a sudden, it was theirs again.
Magic is I legitimately don't know what it would take to beat Magic at anything Magic wants to do.
Yeah.
They're too big. They're too big. They're too well funded. I mean,
well, and this is going to bring people out of the woodwork. I can see people in my store being like, I'm going to go play in the Spotlight series.
Sure.
I already have one guy in my store who is trying to qualify next week for the Pro Tour. He is. There's people who are going to be really interested in doing this because it's open to anybody. They're going to want to play in modern. I was just looking through. A couple of them are modern. A couple of them are standard. There's going to be people who want to start practicing and playing. Yeah, they're not all standard. I was actually hoping that they were all standard.
Yeah, I got you.
The
beauty of this being an open too is it's so low risk for if you're involved in Magic in any way. We talked Magic's a player's game as it is. You already got cards. You're already gonna play. Now it's an open. You don't have to commit to. I'm gonna go to my RCQ. If I don't win my RCQ, my hotel ticket is useless. I don't get a PTQ invite. No, you're just in, baby. Go and show up, take your shot.
Yeah,
these events are freaking cool.
It'll be interesting to see how many spots they have. They say here that it's open, but it is limited to number of spots. They don't say how many spots. Top 128 players from each Magic Spotlight will earn a traditional foil version of the promo card, and then there's 8 Pro Tour invites connected to it too.
The wild part of this is it's WotC supported too, isn't it?
I mean,
it's not just people, because people have put on open. Big shout out here, the NRG series.
Yeah,
is crazy everywhere it goes. It's a whole convention event itself, and it just fills up right away. But that's not a WotC event. That's them.
So these are being ran by SGC,
right? But it's from
hosted
WotC.
by SGC, but it's at Magic.gg or whatever. And then they do get the winners, I guess, of all 8 get invited to the Pro Tour. But is that pretty typical? Is there other ways to get on the Pro Tour?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's more than just the standard path to make the Pro Tour.
Gotcha.
This is stuff like this is just cool. Having Magic events back in a big way is so much fun.
Yeah, it's cool. So I don't know. Again, that's not really typically our thing because other than Josh, none of us could ever do that. But we thought it really.
I couldn't do that anymore. Are you kidding me?
I'm a little out of practice, but I need to get back into it.
I would get smashed nowadays.
Can you imagine if we got George to go and train for one of these? Can you imagine that YouTube series?
Can we send him to a tester house?
Yeah,
with Aspiring Spike and Reed Duke and freaking George.
It'd be great. I'd dominate.
They should do that. Like they should pair. You should have to play double-headed giant paired with a pro Magic player and a dweeb like George.
What was that?
30 minutes into the first session, George's like, all right, so when do we leave? And they're like, no, we're playing Magic all weekend, buddy. He's like,
You got me for like 30 minutes tops.
That'd be so good. All right.
I don't
Let's
know what
move
saddle
on.
means. This is ridiculous.
Welcome to the sorcery section, everybody. Welcome back. 50
We're
minutes
pivoting.
in. This weekend is my big 1K, sponsored by
You have not mentioned the sponsorship a lot lately.
me at KitchenTableTCG and Mint Collectibles and Josh at Hometown TCG. And we have a fourth sponsor, the Ruby Courier. Jack from the Ruby Courier is going to be my judge. Leave it up to me to wait until.
That's great. Hold on. I get more than an and Josh here if we're going to talk about the
Josh
Ruby Courier for 20 minutes.
Sorry, Josh from Hometown TCG. Go subscribe
What's
to his
his
channel.
channel?
Go Hometown TCG, Homertown TCG. Go
Love it.
subscribe to his channel. Go be a member of his
Help me
of
pay
his
for the
channel.
sponsorship I just lost.
and buy up all the alpha foil sharks that you can and don't let him get them. Have I talked to you guys about the Ruby Courier?
No.
All right. In a world where everybody's trying to be the next YouTube sensation, everyone's trying to be the
Is
next.
that what we're
That's what I'm doing. I'm not trying to do that. I'm succeeding
In
at
a
that.
world where everybody is trying to be the next Josh from Homertown TCG,
Love
Please
it.
don't. It's bad.
the Ruby Courier is a physical paper newspaper for sorcery content. It's amazing.
Wait,
It's amazing. Yes.
define paper.
Like he walked around at Gen Con and passed out a physical paper. And then he
Wait,
has
so like that was cool at the event. He's doing it more than just
Yeah.
that one?
he has a he has a digital one, he has a Patreon and a whole thing that you can support too. But it's in so like I'm one of the there's 5 stores on the East Coast that will have the physical paper at the store. And then he takes, I love this so much. He takes pictures with a Game Boy Pocket camera. That's the pictures for the Ruby Courier. It's so good. It's such good content. It's
when Game Boy Pocket cameras were around, newspapers were obsolete.
that's not true.
I'm confused.
What?
I'm confused by this whole thing. So what is in the newspaper? There's once in a year.
Sorcery content.
What are you talking about on week 38? That's in a
Interviews.
newspaper.
So he didn't say it's weekly.
I think it's monthly.
Do you
That's
have some of these laying around? Can you send me some?
I have them at the shop. I have one in my backpack, but my backpack's not.
I want some.
Okay, I'll get you one.
You're not going to do that, are you?
It'll be one of the number ones. When you come down, I'll have it for you. It'll be one of the numbered ones from Gen Con.
Wait, there were limited editions?
Yeah,
Serialized.
the first one was serialized out of 250. I love it so much. It is so good. It is so good. I just
Indies.
It is.
well, like
Can I give credit? It's the most creative way to tackle content that I've seen in some time.
well, and you know
I
what?
never saw this coming.
It
I
would not-
never saw that coming.
It would not work for any other game, but it works so well for sorcery. Half the sorcery population probably reads a newspaper. Like, come on, that was a good burn, George. No laugh. That was
I am
good.
so
I think we're still
baffled
just-
by
I think
this
we're still
entire
stuck.
conversation.
I think we're still
I
stuck.
am,
That was
I
good.
am so baffled by the paper that you can print out.
Yeah, they still make paper. It's great.
Yeah, it's wild that people still write stuff on dead trees.
Anyway, I think it's cool. I think it's
I prefer a book. I still
I
prefer a
think
book over an
it's-
ebook.
I think it's super
Oh
creative.
no, ebook all day
I
long.
will say, like, as my
Oh,
vision gets a little bit worse, yeah, like I have to start. I bought a Scribe. I bought an Amazon Kindle Scribe today.
I was a big ebook person for a while, and I stopped reading. And I read it. I told you guys earlier. I read a chapter of a book today. It was called How to Read. But it, like being able to actually physically underline things and circle things, like I don't know.
Oh, how do you wait? What? You're physically underlining and circling things while you read?
Yes, I don't read.
That's
like,
not weird.
I don't read fiction.
Oh,
Like if I read, it's like I'm reading a book to improve myself. So I'm trying to take notes.
You need a lot of those books then.
I was about to say, you haven't been doing a lot.
You should start reading a lot more.
I told you, it's been a while.
I take my criticism back. You should underline some more.
Like books that are from Christmas that you're reading in August, not a great start.
Hey, can I buy you a set of highlighters, baby?
When your wife buys you a book for a piece of advice for the listeners, when your wife buys you a book at Christmas, you should just read it not in August. You should start it earlier than that.
Piece of advice for the wives: buy your husband a book if you don't think he's amounting to much.
She also like the books moved like 3 or 4 times since Christmas. I have not,
closer to your nightstand.
I have not moved the book.
Before you know it, it's by the toilet.
You're gonna tell us what book you're reading?
Yeah,
hey, I don't know the name.
Ridiculous.
I definitely don't know the name of it.
What's it about?
It's a spiritual book.
Okay.
Yeah. I wish I could
don't believe
see your
you.
face.
That was way too shameful for you to be like, it's a spiritual book. You would just say that.
You don't get
there is
into
something
things like that on the
horrific in this book.
We don't get things like that on our podcast. But anyway, back to the Ruby Courier. This is a physical thing. Anyway,
Is everybody put in the comments section what you think the book is actually about? Because I know what it's not about.
No, that's good. That's good. I like that. That's too bad.
Everybody knows what you think the book is actually about that Louis is reading, and it ain't spiritual. I know that much.
Give us a hint. Is the Ruby Courier more spiritual than this book or less?
I don't know. Okay, can we talk about something else? Sorcery beta restock.
They're having their come to Jesus moment with their different numbers.
You're 2 for 2 the last 2 weeks, dude. Nice.
Still don't have numbers from one distro on what I'm getting for beta restock, but seemingly it's less than I thought it was going to be for this, compared to what Asia got on their summer spring beta.
It's big in Asia. That's the problem.
Well, most of those boxes ended up in America, so
Doesn't mean it's not big in Asia.
but anyway, it's interesting to start seeing the numbers come in. It's a lot less than I thought it was going to be, which was interesting. It's also later. I thought I was going to have boxes for this weekend. I'm not going to have
that
because I don't know. I don't remember why I thought that, honestly. But my rep also thought that because I from one distro I got numbers 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, and I thought he was. I thought I wired him money for it. I didn't.
That follows.
Yeah. Anyway, we're doing my event this weekend. I think we're going to stream, so make sure you're on the channel.
Event this weekend.
The 1K sponsored by. I already did this by me and Josh and Mint Collectibles and the Ruby Courier.
What time does it start?
It starts at noon on Saturday. So you got 26 hours from the start of this podcast to get there. That's math was wrong. 27 hours.
That book is not about math. I know that much. I know the book's not about spirituality and math.
So anyway, that's beta. Anything else to talk about with Sorcery?
I'm still stuck. If you guys are underlining and highlighting portions of spiritual books, you're just better humans than I am, because I would never.
There's no
chance.
Book. None. Zero.
A leadership book? Maybe.
It's a book by a pastor named John Tyson. I don't remember the name of the book, but he's a pastor in New York City.
I read a lot by that author Phil Town, an investor guy, and I would underline and I could see underlining and highlighting that stuff. You guys are just better people than I am.
That's true. I often think this about myself.
At least that's someone.
Oh, and we also are in the middle of spoiler season, which we don't have a spoiler on May the Zoo Be With You. But I cannot believe that. On Wednesday, on Wednesday, we'll have a spoiler on my channel.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Everybody go to the Discord and mention that we should have a spoiler on May the Zoo Be With You. And Louis, are you going to do the Ben test?
One of those people that begs.
Yeah, no, that's gross.
One of those.
Absolutely one of those people. I'm absolutely one of those people.
No, we
So
are
are
not
you
one
gonna
of
do the
those
Ben?
people.
Are you gonna do the Ben test on your
No, I don't
card?
have a physical card. They just sent a digital card.
Wait,
They didn't send you a physical card.
you didn't get a physical card?
Mm-mm.
Oh, Simon.
I care less about
Simon.
I care less about getting a spoiler now. No, we go to the Discord. I care less
Simon,
now.
you got to get a physical card. What
Why?
No physical card.
do you mean? Because
Guys.
it's cool. What do you mean? Because it's cool.
It's 2024. Who needs anything physical?
Yes, and this is a TCG
Yeah,
for
well,
old
it's
school
like digital's a
TCG
scam.
fans.
You said digital's a scam. Really? You didn't get a physical card?
You know what? If they're not giving out physical
Wow.
spoiler cards, that's the biggest misstep.
Maybe
in my
everybody
opinion.
else got a physical card, and I just
Ah, God, I hope that's
God, I
true.
hope that's
If
true.
that's true,
God,
this is so
That'd be
great.
so good. That'd be
if
so
that's
good
true,
if
I take it
literally
back.
everybody else got a spoiler card that was physical but you.
Sorcery, I take it all back if that's true. I take it all back.
God, that'd be so
fast.
good.
That would be so great.
wouldn't surprise me.
Me neither.
Me neither. Yeah.
You didn't get a promo.
No, I just Simon doing that as a joke to me in the podcast
Oh, that'd be so good.
would be so good.
That'd be so
Would be
good.
so good.
So good.
Would be so good.
It would be
What's your
very
spoiler?
I can't tell you. It's a secret. You're supposed to say you can't tell me, or it's a secret. It's an office joke.
That's true. But like, when do you get your spoiler thing out?
This week. I don't even know if I was supposed to say that, but it will be on the 28th.
It will not have already happened by the time this airs.
No, and also I couldn't tell you because I'm under oath.
You're under oath.
I'm under oath and an NDA.
I don't think that's what
Although
words mean, but
I
I'm
don't
here
think
for
I
it.
actually signed an NDA. I think it was just like a.
I also don't think you're under oath. If I'm being honest with you, I feel like that's something
Is that not how an NDA
totally and
works?
wildly different. Under oath is sworn in to give testimony.
My card's very cool, and I did tell my 5-year-old daughter about it.
Don't say too much more than that. I don't think that's not smart.
That's why you can't be trusted with a real card.
This is why you don't have a real card.
Do you think it's because even Simon thinks you'll sell it and pump and
100%.
dump it?
100%.
Do you think that's what it is? Do you think Simon's
God, I
like,
hope so.
I still have.
He's just gonna monetize.
I have
promo.
all the spoiler cards that my channel's ever gotten.
I had one spoiler
Hold on.
card. I threw it away.
Yeah.
Sadly enough, me too.
That's how much that means to me and meant to me, and I
Simon,
hate
you
them.
see what you're doing? You're
I
breaking this
hate-
man.
No,
He doesn't have a real card. Get
I
the real
will.
card.
I will have a real card. I bought.
Well, no, you just have a version of the card from the set.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
No, it's not the same thing.
It's different.
No,
it's different, bro.
It's definitely different.
Different.
I remember for another game, I bought a giant print from the artist of the spoiler card that I got.
I forgot all about that.
Mm.
Never buy that original art, man. Stuff always ends up not going the way you think it's going to go.
That's not true. Sometimes it sells for like 3-4 times.
Only in a week, though.
Only if you're pumping it. All right, let's move on to the next thing. That was a boring sorcery segment. Sorry, guys. I let you all down, but I'm doing the best.
You gotta be better, dude.
I'm doing the best with what I have on the podcast with me.
I've been doing great.
Let's get to
I mean,
what
I'm
everybody has wanted
tired.
us to talk about the entire time.
Yep.
The wanker.
Oh, so it's goat kind of time.
All right.
It's so much better than
Your
Goat Ghana.
games are so soft, Louis. It's unbelievable.
This game,
Not this game, your game.
this weekend was the Pokemon World Championships or World Cup, and this guy
World Cup.
in the quarterfinals, the top 8 match won, and this is what he did, guys. I'm playing the video. He won, and after the match, the camera's still on him, and he's picking up his cards, and then he does the wanker.
Wait, is the move the wanker or is he the wanker?
Yeah, little column A,
He
little
goes-
column B, buddy. You gotta watch the video.
So here is all the things that are the behind the scenes on this. I actually
I don't want behind the scenes on the wanker.
I
I'm gonna be very
actually-
clear.
talked to a guy,
The wanker?
not the wanker. I actually talked to a guy who he's a judge for Pokemon. He was in the production booth.
Mhm.
So the kid that I'm going to call him the kid because I think he's below my age of 30, so he is a kid.
And if he's not, it's not a great look.
Good for him. Good for him. If he's
Absolutely.
over 30, that person deserves. Anyway,
To be in a facility.
so he rolled a ton of dice in the game.
Oh, boo!
He rolled a ton of dice in the game, and apparently was incredibly lucky. Like, in his opponent,
Are there
rolled,
dice in Pokemon?
anytime you coin flip in Pokemon, anytime a card says flip a coin in the competitive events, you roll a die and it's odds and evens.
It's harder to manipulate.
Really?
So, yeah. So a lot of the online discussion was he was like he was rolling, he was showing that he was got lucky on the roll.
Throwing bones, dude.
So that was the internet's perspective that I saw. So then I talked to this guy, and he said that the Pokemon Twitch channel got temporarily banned because of this. Because it's like it's a kid's thing. And so, like, it was like a big deal. Like, he was like it was a big deal. And I don't know. Everyone was shocked.
So then they banned the guy, and that, which is always a good move, banning somebody. And then they went to a better matchup for the guy that he was going to play.
Yeah. So here's the issue that I see with it. They made it so that he lost the top 8 rather than giving him the loss in the next round. That round was over. They just disqualified him. So he beat his opponent, but then they gave the win to the guy who lost. And that changed the matchups for
America.
4th round. And the 4th round guy who didn't wink it got matched up with a terrible matchup in his 4th round, and then I guess lost. I don't follow.
So he lost a round later than he would have otherwise?
No, the Wanker's deck was better for the competition.
Yeah, but the Wanker's opponent was the one that won through. I thought you said the Wanker's opponent. Okay.
I don't know, but the point is that the guy in top 4, it changed the top 4. It changed the decks that everybody was playing.
Sure.
And it made it a really tough matchup for the top 4 guy. So a lot of the people I've talked to who care about competitive games, shout out to Donald, that's who I'm talking about, have essentially been like, if most games would have just given the match loss or the round loss to the next round, not a retroactive one. And I saw a lot of that talk online too.
If you were going to read Donald's Discord messages, you could have just had him on the pod.
Yep.
Could have just brought him in, bud.
He's podcast's best friend and the best member of the podcast.
By a mile. Does more research than all 3 of us combined. It's not even close.
Yeah. Shout out Donald.
Anyway.
And cardio.
Josh, how do you feel about the way they handled that?
So, as somebody who likes competitive TCGs, I will say.
I thought I was going to say, as somebody who likes being a wanker.
As somebody who, and I respect the one-on-one competitive TCG, don't play Pokemon. Like, I don't care. I don't care how this affected the top 8. You're playing Pokemon competitively.
Stop it.
Like, Magic's a place. Like, Magic's a game.
I can't believe
it's a great take.
What are we doing?
Don't disrespect an entire group of people who play competitive.
Not on the podcast, Josh. You have to be nice to them, remember?
I don't know. If you're jaying off on camera. I can do whatever I want, I think.
It was a wild decision. This was it made my regular news feed. It did not make my, it wasn't my nerd news feed. It was like, I think it was on CNN.
Yeah, because the Pokemon Twitch channel that brings in a ton of money got banned temporarily.
So, I mean, I thought this was a wild decision. I did not support this decision at all. I think, that's cray-cray.
What should have happened?
Honestly, nothing. They should have
It is
talked
a kid's game.
They should have
Pokemon should have a better production
do
staff
that.
to not cut to him.
He didn't it didn't seem like he was doing it to his opponent though. He was just being an idiot.
It looked like he was looking to a teammate or someone out in the
crowd.
Yeah,
he didn't seem like he was being aggressive. He was just being an idiot.
Yeah.
And he just won a huge close game. Either let the kid have his 30 seconds of being an idiot or be like, hey man, you can't do that. That's not cool.
It seems like Pokemon's super quick to make decisions like this. Yep. Isn't it last year we were talking about something that somebody got banned because they, I don't know. I think it was a little bit more sensitive than maybe this one was. But
I mean, this one just seemed this one I did not like.
This one's very sensitive, especially right at the end, right at the tip there.
Like,
Extremely sensitive.
like I can't believe they banned him. Cannot believe it. Like, that's wild. That's worlds. They
I don't
got
think
trained
that's-
all year for this event. Makes it top
Seven other
4
Pokemon players.
and yoinks him. That's crazy.
He shouldn't have yoinked himself. Like, this is not that wild to me. Like, you're playing.
Why?
You're playing.
I think the only reason it makes sense is that
and you're in the feature match. Like,
Yeah.
you're on stage and you can't figure out not to do this, and you're 30.
he's
or
not
close
30.
to-
Nobody
or
said he
close
was
to.
30.
I think you said he was 30.
He's like,
or
I think
close
he's
to.
like not even. I don't know. From the way he looked, I'm guessing he's 16.
Well, then,
I mean, like-
then he should have been given a chance and a warning because he's a kid. That 100%.
I
should.
don't think you should. I don't.
You don't hold on.
I
You don't
think-
think you should differentiate between kids and adults? Because
Not
I
at that
definitely
level.
do.
Not at that level.
Okay. Just gonna not be on this screen for a little while.
Why?
Nothing. You're doing great.
Something.
Listen, like I do not like. This banning was way over the line.
I don't know, man. You can't figure out not to make that motion on
I'm
the
not
feature
saying he
match on
shouldn't have been
stage
talked
at
to.
the World Championship.
Banning somebody at Worlds for this gesture is wild.
But like
he trained
consequence-
all year for this. This was it. This was the
I'm
thing.
guessing he trained more than all year for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably less. But consequences matter. Like, if your Twitch channel
You're
gets
deciding
shut
the
off.
consequences. There's no consequence.
No, there are. Yes, there are. Your Twitch channel, your Pokemon Twitch channel
Are we
got
sure
shut
it got
off.
banned? I did not hear that.
That
A guy who was in the Pokemon booth told me that the Twitch channel got banned. I don't know how much more you
How
want.
would he know that?
He was there running
He
the
is a-
stream.
Oh, he's out walking Twitch.
He was
He's running it. Like that matters. Like, hey, if nothing happens, it goes
So
under
if
the
Twitch
radar.
Overreact. You have to overreact. I don't
like-
think so.
Pokemon, I think, probably had to do something about it. I think you let the kid play, you finish the event, and then Pokemon says that was inappropriate, and we have warned him. Or
Yeah, it's fine.
I
It doesn't
agree if
bother me.
he's a
That's what
kid.
should have happened.
He's
I
a
don't-
kid.
I don't think that like changing the dynamics of the top 8 is the right
I
thing
am not.
to do. in
I do not think the Twitch
That
channel was
doesn't
down.
matter.
That totally matters.
Changing the dynamics. The dynamics of the top 8 are all completely random until they're set. It's just another event that happened before they were set.
I don't know.
Somebody was
I do
whether
not
they
think-
let
I do
him.
not think there's- no.
You know what? If they let him through, we'd be talking about the fact that he didn't get banned, and now the guy that he did play against had a terrible matchup and got screwed.
I'm
He
al-
won a
I am-
game
I am
because he didn't
always-
get banned. Like,
I'm always pro not banning. I'm
that is not what I remember. That is not-
unless it's George, I don't want people to be banned.
we actively try to
I
get
think this
banned
is
weekly.
I think this was crazy. This wasn't aggressive. He didn't punch the guy.
Yeah, like,
Inappropriate gesture.
not even at the guy. Just
Not
like
even at the guy.
yeah.
Like, he should have been talked to. He should have been told to knock it out. Like, I mean, like, this is not a big deal.
okay.
I also do not think the Twitch stream went down. I want to make that crystal clear. I am dubious
You're
of
right.
that claim.
You're right. I'm gonna believe you over the person who was.
I'm saying
who-
that I just
So over
Googled
the
it and it did
person-
not come up.
over the
I'm
person
saying
who
I
knew
Googled
about
it and
this
did not come up.
more than 5 minutes ago when we started recording the podcast. All right. On to Donald's topic, the 1 year anniversary of Lorcana.
Hey, still here. Good job. All right, what's next?
So,
George, you
few
want to get
things.
into all the stats?
100,000 players in 1 year. I mean, games that have been around 500% longer would kill for 20% of those players. Like, people, like, I mean, like, that's a lot of players for year one. It's got to be the fastest ever to 100K, wouldn't you think? By a mile.
I would
I mean,
definitely.
that or Star Wars, obviously.
Are you broken? I think we broke him.
Inside.
You're right.
Uh,
They both had the same potential starting off, and Lorcana has really done it better.
Over a billion cards sold. 400,000 downloads for the companion app. 76,000 play events, and 700.
I don't understand. 400,000 people have downloaded the companion app, but only 100,000 have played.
Donald. Call Donald.
Participated globally in events is probably the.
Wait, we said 1 million. We said 100,000.
No,
I don't know.
that means that 300,000 people would be casual at-home players. That's big.
With the companion app.
Who also downloaded the companion app?
That part seems. Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, that seems to be the easiest to pull.
I don't have the companion app, and I've played Lorcana casually at home.
No, the companion app. I have the companion app.
I do not have the. I'd never download any apps.
Really? I'm an app fiend.
I hate.
Wait, really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, to be an app in my rotation, you got to earn it.
The last app I downloaded was the Gen Con app, and that was the first app I downloaded.
It's a terrible experience, and it's gone.
Other than Twitter, because George keeps sending me tweets. So sorry, X, everybody, X. Terrible name.
Twitter forever, right? Like, are we just on Team Twitter forever?
Yeah.
Only 15,000 people in the official Discord.
I think I don't think it's a Discord game. Like,
yeah.
I think Discord's getting old.
5,000 plus local game stores.
Yeah.
76,000.
I want to talk about that for a second. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, when people give like I'm an X, when indies say I'm an X numbers of stores, it doesn't matter so much. The real number is like how many players you have and how many games are being played. Like any idiot, because
I think it matters.
It doesn't. If Distro sends you a box 5 years ago and you're on the register as a store that has it, that's nonsense. That's a fantasy. That's a BS number.
Are you still a store as a statistic on a certain website? I wonder. God, that would be awesome.
I mean, I think that would boxes. Be great. I probably am. I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, like, I have no idea. Shout out to MetaZoo.
MetaZoo put your phone number on the website.
That was. I want you to know that is still my favorite content moment of all time.
And that's when George and I became best friends.
That is absolutely true. That is absolutely true.
For those
when you doxed me with no warning and no consent.
We were streaming with about 150 viewers at the time.
Yep.
And we found out. I found out on the stream that MetaZoo had put George's phone number on the
cell phone number. Cell phone number.
And I said, George, your phone number's on this website. And then I said, I'm going to tell everybody to call it.
You did not say this. You said, George, can I do something? Say yes or no. Say yes. And I said, sure.
Wait, can you still go back in that stream and see your phone number?
I think it was after the cutoff point. Remember we got cut off because it was too long.
It was a 13-hour stream.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's the day the podcast was born.
Yeah. A lot happened on that stream. That was a wild stream.
The chat named this podcast on that day. Amazing.
Yes, I mean the number of stores don't matter. The number of games, number of players. Like, are you selling boxes? Or do you have players? That's what matters.
It's impressive. I mean, I certainly think they're the fastest to 100,000 players.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the question is like next year, are they at 150 or 200 or 125?
I think the question is like, what is Yu-Gi-Oh at?
Like, that is the question. I was wondering that today, Louis. That's a good call.
What is the
game that we've never once talked about on this channel? I was like, how many players do you think they have?
Active players of Yu-Gi-Oh.
God, just regurgitate whatever ChatGPT spits out here, buddy.
Happen.
I have 100%
going to happen.
You. I hope it's Donald responding to him right now. Otherwise, it's going to be wildly inaccurate.
In 2022, there's approximately 1 million people playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, which is the website.
Does not count.
The online.
Does not count.
You spit out Pixelborn stats for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they counted towards his stat, though.
I have no clue how big Yu-Gi-Oh! is. Like, zero idea.
This is, again, actually serious this time. We don't understand the overseas market.
This time it actually is true. This time it actually matters.
Yeah, it does. For Yu-Gi-Oh! It matters.
Like, Yu-Gi-Oh! is the one game that actually matters for.
For the number 17 game in Japan, it probably
Yu-Gi-Oh!
doesn't
is actually big in Japan, not like Copium big in Japan.
Well, I mean, there are people that release stats about this stuff, and it's not number 17.
Right. Like there's actual people who play this game.
Which, by the way,
Okay,
hold on.
here's some
Challenge collective. Name 17 TCGs. Go.
Yeah. Can't do it. Couldn't get close. Shout out to cardio.
So here, this is from 6 years ago. So
Good.
take that.
We're working with the most premium updated information.
In 2018, 65,000 people played Magic tournaments. 20,000 played at Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments.
Everyone join me. Well,
So we are
Louis
5
reads
times
stuff.
as big as Yu-Gi-Oh already. I'm here for it, Louis. Thank you for that.
What do
But
I think about your stats?
6 years ago, Magic announced that they had 1 million active players. So this place
So
is,
I will say that if that's true, that
Let
makes
me
it
finish
even
my
more impressive
numbers.
for Gokana.
let me finish my numbers. They're saying
From 6 years ago?
yeah, they're saying Yu-Gi-Oh then would have had 300,000 players.
Which doesn't make. I mean, the number of Magic players doesn't make their Lorcana numbers more impressive. The Lorcana numbers are impressive on their own.
The source is
I think that's true.
Hipsters of the Coast.
You're still
I have
your
no
6
clue what
years
just
ago
happened.
stat narrative. Like,
It's impressive though. 100,000 players is impressive.
now, I wonder if that's 100,000 like tabletop games being played, or is it like unique players? Or if a player comes back multiple times?
I would
unique
say
players.
that says players participate globally in events.
Okay.
Yeah.
So unique people that have played
I
Lorcana
assume
at an
that's
event.
stats from Melee or from
Yeah.
Got to.
That would be my guess.
From Melee.
Yeah, that's wildly impressive. That's crazy.
That's how we do it, baby. That's why they call it Gokana.
Yeah. I was
Like,
telling
give a
somebody
shout out.
I was
A
telling
billion cards sold. Shout out to the Divvy.
I was telling somebody that like a common thing that I've heard from other stores and I've seen at my store is like parents playing Lorcana, like a parent who loves Magic playing Lorcana on Saturday with their kids. So like it's reaching that family element, which I think is
Of
really
course it does.
I still stand by my best Lorcana take is it's just a gateway TCG.
America's best game, America's best IP, America's best everything. That's why we call it Gokana.
Okay. Well, what was it earlier about our copium?
On that note,
100,000 players in year one. That's where the Magic had their first year. Guarantee that.
George, what is your Shortshire sauce? This
All
week?
right. Nailed it. I want you to know I just thought of this, so it's perfect. This is perfect. This is perfect sauce. I know, Louis, you did not like cars because you don't like freedom.
Shout out to the guy in the comments section who agreed with me. One guy.
What automotive thing?
Do I
would make
most
the
want to
funniest-
see in the newest Magic set?
Oh, no. What automotive thing would make the funniest movie?
This is your Shortshire sauce? This
I
is
don't
the
understand
worst.
the question.
This is the
What
worst
automotive thing? All right, so a carburetor loses its engine and has to travel far and wide.
What
across
Pixar
the
movie do
land.
y'all want to see next from a that has an engine in it?
None.
Trains.
I think
None.
Thomas the Engine. They've done that, dummy. Like this is
What,
They
yeah,
make one
wow,
train
this is a
movie?
massive failure
This
on
is-
your
It's a
part.
great success.
This is a wild
Are we
It's
failure.
a
learning
great success.
that all of George's past history on the
Did
podcast
Ravensburger make this Shortshire sauce? Because it's going to take a while to figure it out.
I think Trains would be a great set.
Yeah, it's called Thomas the
There could be more than one train show.
No, there can't be.
No, there can only be
There
one
can't
train
be.
show, dude.
There can never be another train animated show.
No.
They had the.
You totally agree with me. That's the
Do you remember
problem.
do you remember the dead? Now remember the Polar Express with the dead eyes? Did you ever see that movie?
Yeah.
That was
not good.
terrible.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Awful.
And you're advocating for train sets.
I draw the eyes.
Okay, fair enough.
I'd have
Look,
them move.
You've improved. You've improved.
I'm
This is why-
disappointed.
Yeah. Yeah, this is.
I'm very disappointed in you.
I could not care less.
I think you did.
You seem a
I think
little
you're.
upset about
I
it.
think.
You
I
seem
think
a
you're
little upset about it.
I think you're. I think you're holding back a little bit. I think
little
you might
bit.
cry yourself to sleep tonight.
Most of the
I'm
time,
gonna-
your attitude
Can I
is
take
very
over the
much
unit?
like,
But the 5 seconds after this podcast is done, I'm gonna go crawl into like the huddle mass that is like my friend's bedroom and pass out. Oh god, I gotta drive there. It's like 20 minutes away.
I forgot you're not at home.
God, my life is. I have
All right,
not
everybody.
spent 4
I-
consecutive nights in my bed in 2 months.
I would like to formally apologize to the viewers for this part of the podcast because
Yeah, for the
I would
Shortshire
not.
sauce?
I did not know that George.
Shortshire sauce. What engine do you think is most likely to appear in
That was a great
Bob
question.
Iger's IP?
What a stupid question. That was horrible. That was
That was a
awful.
good question.
That was so bad.
That was bad. I apologize to the viewers of this podcast. I know you come here,
Everybody, put in the comment section what automobile you want to have in the next Pixar movie.
and those who are the George fans who are always comment how much they love George on the podcast, maybe delete
is
your
your fault.
comments. Maybe delete
This
your
is your
comments
fault.
now that you've,
I like them.
you've witnessed this.
This is what years of enabling does.
Yeah.
That's what years of sleep deprivation do.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching the podcast. Go subscribe to Josh's channel at homertowntcg.com and subscribe and hit the like button here.
Yep. Here we go.
And,
Yeah, I apologize.
What are you apologizing
Go
for?
ahead.
Don't project. No, you're still in timeout.
was a
You're
great question.
You're still in
I-
timeout.
People have very low
Yeah.
expectations for my endings of this podcast.
100%.
Hey, back to your corner in the warehouse, buddy. Back to your corner.
You let people down today. There are people who
Yeah.
waited all week for your Shortshire shot.
Yeah, you did.
And
Nobody
you-
did that. Nobody
You've done a lot of great things today. Hasn't been one of them.
Yeah.
I have not
You-
done a lot of great things today.
You,
That is
I
incorrect.
noticed you let them down, and you should feel shame.
The wind up was better than the pitch. The wind up was so much better.
All right, everyone, be kind to the people around you, and may your shoe be with you.
Thank you.